And welcome to This Is Now. President Trump's controversial push to allow fishing in protected parts of the Pacific is moving forward. Derek Kravitsky reports on a key vote in Honolulu.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion passes.
Tuesday evening, federal regulators at the Ala Moana Hotel voted in favor of President Trump's executive order to study the feasibility of allowing commercial fishing inside Papahanaumokuakea.
Great disappointment. It just means that extractive industrial fishing takes precedent over the sacredness of Papahanaumokuakea.
The decision from the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council came after dozens of Native Hawaiians, fishers, and scientists voiced opposition, including former Department of Hawaiian Homelands Director William Ila.
This area that has been pristine for many, many years, and the fisheries have regained their vitality. So we would prefer to keep those areas closed to fishing because that is our insurance policy for the future.
Tuesday's vote directs council staff to start preparing management strategies that include sustainable harvesting methods and ways to conserve protected species and monument resources.
It's notable that Westpac, which is not shy about advocating for commercial fishing interests, they didn't go that far. They said, let's take a deeper look at this. Let's explore the options in recognition that commercial fishing is highly destructive. So that's super significant.
Earth Justice attorney David Hankins says Westpac could consider setting caps on the amount of fish being caught and requiring observers be aboard commercial vessels to prevent fishers from surpassing catch limits.
The Westpac, somewhat surprisingly, acknowledged that they're all on the table and instructed its staff to come up with some recommendations.
The push to explore fishing in Hawaii's northwestern islands comes months after the president allowed commercial boats back into the Pacific Islands Heritage Marine National Monument, south of Hawaii. A federal judge just blocked that action last month. Westpac says the management analysis of Papahanaumokuakea is set to be presented in December, and federal rulemaking could start as early as March 2026. But the final decision will be made by the Department of Commerce and ultimately President Trump. To email additional comments, head to hawaiinewsnow.com. Derek Kravitsky, Hawaii News Now.
UFC Hall of Famer BJ Penn has been arrested again. Hawaii County Police released this new booking photo yesterday after he was charged with violating a protection order to stay away from his family home. Penn was taken into custody yesterday near Pu'ueo Street, where his mother lives. She has a TRO against him for an alleged assault several months ago. Penn is free this morning after posting bond. 19-year-old Chaiston Williams Aipo'alani has been indicted for attempted murder. He's accused of firing a gun at a shootout 10 days ago at Zablan Beach in Nanakuli. 17-year-old Kamakea Eaea was left critically wounded and later brain dead. Another suspect, 19-year-old Kaisen Koholo, was also indicted for attempted murder. Both are now being held without bail. The Federal Reserve cut its key interest rate by 1/4 of a percentage point at the close of its meeting today, weighing a cooling labor market more heavily in its decision-making. Bradley Blackburn explains.
Working to balance a softening labor market and creeping inflation, the Federal Reserve issued its first rate cut since last December.
The committee decided to lower the target range for the federal funds rate by 1/4 percentage point to 4 to 4.25%.
That reduction means it's slightly cheaper to borrow money, bringing down rates for credit card interest and car loans. The long-awaited move follows continued warning signs about hiring.
Really, over the last 4 months, we've seen a marked slowdown as companies kind of sit on their hands and wait to see how tariffs hit the economy. The labor market slowing down is a bigger risk than inflation bubbling up.
A stronger than expected retail sales report this week shows Americans are still spending money, though it's not clear shoppers are getting as much for their dollar. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says the central bank is still watching how tariffs may drive up prices.
Those are not very large effects at this point, and we do expect them to continue to build over the course of the rest of the year and into next year.
Powell expects inflation to tick up to 3% by the end of the year and unemployment to hit 4.5%. Chair Powell projects more rate cuts at the two remaining Fed meetings this year, likely a quarter point each, depending on economic data. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Back here at home, the Valley Isle community continues to react to a move that they say will have a wide-ranging impact for West Maui. The 2026 Century will not be held at Kapalua Resort this January. The PGA says holding the tournament there isn't feasible given the ongoing drought and logistical complexities. The tournament generated $50 million in annual state revenue and raised $747,000 in donations for Maui nonprofits this year.
In shock, really. I kind of lost for words. This is devastating just on so many levels.
The Century Tournament was a huge donor to our sports teams and athletics, coming through the Lahainaluna High School Foundation. It's devastating. I'm not quite sure what the pivot is on this.
It's a major disappointment, first of all, to the golf course and the people that we work with. They have done everything they can to save the tournament and also minimize the damage during the water restrictions.
The PGA is looking for another venue for this year. The tour did not say what will happen with the event moving forward. And there was plenty of blame to go around as the PGA announced the cancellation. As Darrell Huff explains at a meeting of the Water Commission yesterday, both supporters and critics of the golf course blamed the owners of the water system and the state for the water shortage.
It was apparently coincidence that the Century Golf Tournament was canceled the same day the Water Commission was taking up the issues of water management in that area. And it's clear many others are also suffering from the same problems.
Finally, it's over in Maui.
The plantation course at Kapalua Resort has hosted a season-opening tournament since 1999, but lack of water made it impossible to get the course ready by January.
And it will not happen in 2026, and this was preventable.
Course owner TY Properties sued Maui Land and Pineapple a month ago, accusing the company of letting its stream diversion system deteriorate so it wasted so much water there wasn't enough left for the golf courses. But today, the golf course attorney told the Water Commission it had actually been begging to use water from wells owned by Maui Land and Pine.
And that for the 6 months prior to August, when TY management was told to essentially use zero water to irrigate, and it has used zero water, the courses are brown and dying, and that's why the Century won't happen.
Maui Land and Pine CEO said they were relying on guidance from Commission Chair Don Chang, who seemed to authorize well water use temporarily in an email 3 weeks ago. But the spigots haven't opened, and the CEO says there are still other priorities for the water.
We comply with the guidance on delivery of water, and we've been doing that. And first and foremost, a priority is the community members in the stream in Honoka'a Valley. And if there's water available beyond that, we send it to where it's prioritized to go.
But many who are priority users are also upset with Maui Land and Pine and the Commission for delays in making decisions.
I'm here today because the kupa of Honokohau and the people across Maui are pissed, disgusted, sad. Our water situation is desperate, and things have only gotten worse.
Taro farmers say their crops are dying during the drought and their children endangered by water surges that come without warning from the Maui Land and Pine system. They oppose the use of drinkable water for golf courses.
That is appalling and absolutely unacceptable. It doesn't matter if they have previously made this atrocious decision to pump groundwater to water the grass of non-essential activities.
Even though it's too late to save the tournament, Chair Chang urged Maui Land and Pine, Hawaii Water Service, and the county to figure something out.
So I really would appeal to those of you who have the ability to do something, to hear their concerns and address them.
After hearing so many complaints, the staff of the Water Commission said that they would try and prioritize the area when it finally starts issuing water use permits. Reporting from the State Land Department, Darrell Huff, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Darryl. Let's take a look at our first alert hour-by-hour forecast. Outside, temperatures pretty warm this afternoon, right around 88 degrees. We'll likely get up to around 89 at the airport today. Still seeing breezy trades, keeping us a little bit drier out there. You can see in our hour-by-hour forecast expanding throughout the rest of this evening. We're going to be seeing temperatures getting into the upper 70s and temperatures around 88 right around 2 p.m. A little bit more sunshine expected over the next couple of hours. Our first alert radar and satellite, we've seen a few sprinkles over the Ko'olau, at least over the last hour or so, but it's been relatively dry across a majority of the state. No big rainmakers expected over the next week or so, but a better chance for some showers as we're going into the weekend. I'll give you a full breakdown of that in my full forecast coming right up.
Coming up, a task force is formed to crack down on HPD's excessive overtime and ongoing high vacancies. An H&N Investigates report. And the streets of Waikiki will be packed this weekend for the Aloha Festival's Ho'olaule'a. An early look at these sights and sounds. Welcome back. H&N Investigates excessive overtime at HPD. We've learned multiple officers have been working 90 hours a week nearly every week, and the interim police chief says it's unhealthy and dangerous. Our chief investigative reporter Lynn Coano explains the problem and what's being done about it.
More than 100 officers worked more than 1,000 hours of overtime. Some even logged 2,000. A 66-page list from HPD shows how many extra hours officers recorded in fiscal year 2025, which ended in June. 8 of them had more than 2,000 overtime hours. 3 of the top 5 are assigned to central receiving, the cell block, an area that cannot go unmanned and, like most divisions, is critically understaffed. HPD is short a total of 460 officers. That's 21%.
These overtime costs are directly related to the amount of vacancies we have. We wouldn't have to have as much overtime if we had, a sufficient amount of officers, but right now we're stretched so thin.
That's not something that we can sustain. So what do we need to do? We need to fill those vacancies. We need to do better at recruitment. We need to do better at retention.
The department is only questioning the OT hours of one officer, Sergeant Darren Cachola, who retired in July after making $371,000 this year. While he didn't claim the most overtime hours at HPD, he made the most money because his 29 years on the force gave him a higher hourly pay. The department is now working to see if Cachola possibly used his captain's computer login to approve some of his own overtime. Among the extra jobs Cachola worked, federally funded traffic programs. He is a defendant in a class action lawsuit over wrongful DUI arrests. He was listed as a supervising sergeant at a checkpoint in 2023 in Waipio when Amen Fepuliai was arrested despite on-scene breathalyzer test results of 0.00. H&N Investigates exposed the case and found that dozens of other sober drivers were also taken to jail. Federal grants pay for many of the enforcement programs, and officers do snatch up these overtime jobs, but many other officers work extra.
When someone calls 911, they expect an officer to show up. And as a department, we need to make sure that we honor that. We want to make sure that we're serving the public the best we can.
A task force has been formed to address the vacancies. Interim Chief Vanek and Councilwoman Tupola are both part of that group.
They're asking people to stay on overtime or do more overtime because they can't fill the slots. They don't have a full shift ready to go out. So I think it's for the safety of the officers and for the community that we got to really hone in on these vacancies, because that creeping number is an indication that there is no specific plan that's being implemented, which is why we're working on that.
The task force is working on several options, including bringing back reserve officers as temporary hires. I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
And stick around, your First Alert 7-day forecast is coming up after the break.
First Alert Weather with Drew Davis.
All right, everybody, I want to start off our First Alert weather forecast by just taking a live look outside again. It's been a beautiful day out there today. We got a lot of sunshine. We're going to continue to see some sunshine over the next couple of hours. And taking a look at the overall weather pattern, I do want to walk you through our island by island forecast really quickly. This is for tomorrow, starting out over on Kauai. We are going to be seeing a few scattered showers, mostly in the morning, a very typical summer-like dry season pattern out there. Scattered showers in the morning and then sunny in the afternoon. Here on Oahu, it'll be sunny and breezy out there. The windward side of the island, we'll be seeing temperatures around 83 degrees, 89 in town, 88 in Kapolei. A little bit breezy over in Hawaii Kai tomorrow. Maui County will be sunny and breezy. Wind gusts closer to 25 miles per hour. 90 degrees for high temperature at Kahului tomorrow, 88 over in Kihei. And then moving over to the Kona side of Hawaii Island will be mostly sunny. Southwesterly winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. 85 in Hilo with some isolated morning showers and mostly sunny over the northern portions of the Big Island and seeing trades between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Our first alert radar and satellite zooming up towards the north. We've got this very weak frontal boundary that we've been watching. This is going to continue moving southward over the next couple of days and continue to fall apart out there. So we could be seeing a few showers as the front falls apart, approaching us as we're going into the weekend. Not a ton of rainfall expected, but still a better chance for showers out there. So dry throughout the rest of this evening, a few sprinkles, if anything. Tomorrow morning, a few showers as well. But I want you to pay attention to what's going on to the north of us as we're getting into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That very weak front starts to move closer to the islands, bringing in some moisture with it, giving us a better chance for showers on Friday and Saturday. Again, this is not going to be a heavy rainmaker, but we might see some heavier showers out there. So hopefully it'll help out with the drought ever so slightly. Our winds right now, overall east and northeasterly flow, 17 miles per hour in town, 21 over in Kahului. And our surf and shoreline forecast, you can see we're seeing a small boost on north-facing shores, still a few box jellies out on south-facing shores of Oahu, some west-facing shores of Oahu as well. This, of course, is for Wednesday afternoon. We're tracking a moderate south swell that's going to be moving in as we go into Friday and Saturday. And here's your 7-day forecast. Temperatures right around 88 to 89 degrees. Going to be warm going forward. Better chance for those showers as we're heading into the weekend.
Thank you very much, Drew. Aloha Festivals continues this weekend, and of course, the biggest party in town is the Waikiki Ho'olaule'a. Casey Lund has a preview.
Aloha from Royal Hawaiian Center. Come Saturday, this area outside, nice and calm in here. It's going to be really busy. Ko'akaua going to be shut down. So remember, if you live in the area, this is going to be happening. But just enjoy the party. Come down, make your plans, and especially if you're coming down, take public transportation, Uber, get home safe because it is a big party. Lots of fun, lots of food, and lots of awesome crafts and Hawaii-made products like Koa cards. Look at all this stuff. This is so cool. And my friend Aaliyah, who you're going to hear from in a minute, she can make all this custom for you. So if you have a corporate gifting opportunity or you want to make something special for a family member, you call her, go to koacards.com. They'll hook it up and you can make something really thoughtful on beautiful koa wood. They're going to tell you a little bit about their family business coming up. First, take a look at this, though. This amazing food that I got to sample today. You're seeing this. Look at this. It's delicious. This is the hub. Kealoha Fernandez. Mahalo to you, my brother. He came down this morning on sunrise and was cooking up a lot of grinds. And we had construction workers walking by. They were just getting off their shift. And they were like, glued to his food truck. Sorry, brother, the truck's not open yet. You gotta come down to the Ho'olaule'a and you can eat all those delicious, delicious menu items. He's got deep fried burgers. He's got all kinds of things. So mahalo to him. We also have another vendor I want to talk about, Koa Cars. But before we do that, I want to just talk specifics. I've got Monty McComber from the Aloha Festival, from Royal Hawaiian Center, cultural advisor. We got a lot going on.
Yep.
All starts at 6, but folks can come down at 4, correct?
That's right. So the event is from 6 to 10. The road closes at 4. We have over 70 vendors, food, crafts, and more. 5 performance stages. So, come and find parking and then enjoy the entire time. And then, of course, we want to say mahalo to the sponsor for Ho'olaule'a, which is Lotte Championship, presented by Ho'akale.
Right, Ho'akale. I might be out there with our friends, the awesome female golfers that put on such a show out at Ho'akale. So mahalo to them. Anybody else you want to thank for all this, Aloha Festivals? It's a lot of, just all the hands.
Of course, Hawaii Tourism Authority, Hilton Hawaiian Village, Waikiki Beach Resort, everyone, Hawaiian
Airlines, I don't want to put you on spot. You're not going to forget anybody and get in trouble. But everybody, and all that, of course, volunteers, all you folks, the organizers. And we want to thank our vendors. I want to bring Aaliyah Gabriel on real quick. I just want to show off all your artwork one more time. This is awesome. You're going to be set up booth 44, right? And you can do all this is custom too. So if you want to do bulk items for a corporate gifting, which is what I need to do, I'm going to hit up Aaliyah. She can make this custom. She can put your logo on it. This is a family business.
Yes, family business. Dad does the woodwork. I do the websites and the markets. Mom does the packing of the wholesale and the behind the scenes. And my brother does the artwork for our stickers.
Awesome. Aaliyah Gabriel with Koa Cards. Go to koacards.com, at Koa Cards, all of our social media, and come down to the Ho'olaule'a. And then a reminder, the floral parade with Aloha Festivals next weekend. I'm going to be there Friday showing you what I can show you of the floats. Some of them top secret, But we're going to show you all the prep and all the hard work that goes into that. Yeah, teasing ahead. You got to watch Friday. Send things back into the studio, guys.
Mahalo nui, Casey. Still to come, a rising star in the Hawaii Junior Golf Circuit is about to tee off alongside the LPGA's best. Alexa Takai's path to the Lotte Championship.
All right, time for some good news now. The Lotte Championship tees off in just over 2 weeks in Ewa Beach, and one of the participants is going to need some excused school absences.
Punahou sophomore Alexa Takai will be playing in the LPGA tournament after receiving a full sponsor's exemption. She's a rising star on the National Junior Golf Circuit and already has years of experience. And one of her mentors is Hawaii Golf Hall of Famer Brandon Kopp.
Yeah, you're always trying to win the tournament. I think this one, maybe just trying to learn as much as I can. It's not every day to play on tour, so when you get those opportunities, you have to make the most of them. But kind of just going to play my own game and see what I can take away from this event.
Golf is a game where, any given day, a player can do a good round. So you see a lot of these Monday qualifiers in the tour win the tournament. That'd be really amazing. To make the cut is probably a realistic goal, which I think realistically she can do. And and after that, everything else is just gravy.
She's the youngest of 4 siblings. 2 of her sisters play collegiately. Her older brother, a senior on the Punahou golf team. The tournament begins October 1st at the Huakalei Country Club.
And this sunbather was spotted on the beach in Waikiki, soaking up the sunshine along the shore. This Hawaiian monk seal appears to be molting. Make sure you stay at least 50 feet away from him. And have a good day, everybody.
See you again, first at 4.